Welcome to Shelf Life, the monthly series where I look at games I covered about 7 months ago on the channel and let you know whether they're still in my collection. And in this episode, we're looking at games from February of this year, and holy crud, there were a lot of them. I think I'm talking about 12 games, and I also kept a lot more than usual. So let's get to the list and see which of them had shelf life. So starting with the crowdfunding corner, the first game is Conservas, which actually probably should not have been in the crowdfunding corner because I think it did deliver quickly enough. But yeah, this one is a bag builder where you're trying to, through several different scenarios, make as much money as you can with these little like fishing tokens and things. I thought this was pretty fun. It definitely was better for me than something like Coffee Roaster in a similar solo bag builder vein, but it also did not reach the heights of something like Warp's Edge. So I don't think I kept this one, but a solid game for a lot of people. That is Conservas. Next, this one definitely is still in prototype, is Conquest Princess. This is a solo and cooperative adventure game with a very unique theme that's quite a lot of fun. Different little scenarios within this mission to save the universe while being fashionable. It's got like dice placement and other activation systems and dice-based combat and leveling up and lots of things. I didn't get to play the full game, but what I played I liked quite a lot. Although it is definitely in the crisis management sort of pandemic-ish rulebook, which isn't always my favorite. But yeah, I'm definitely curious to check this one out when it's finally delivered. That's Conquest Princess. And then finally for crowdfunding is Dieson Crusoe, but darn it, there's another one that already delivered. These dang publishers is getting their games to people too quickly. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one quite a lot, and so far it's still in my collection. I'll actually have a review on the channel. It's already recorded. I'm just trying to find a spot for it. But yeah, this is a solo-only sort of dice adventure game in the vein of Robinson Crusoe, but much less complicated and faster to play. I like it a lot. The review will go into more details on that, but yes, this one is a keeper, even though again it was in the crowdfunding section sort of by accident and it's not on the contest list. But getting to release games, first is Agemonia, and this one is one of many amazing dungeon crawlers this year. I've said many times that I think 2024 is the best year for adventure and dungeon crawler games of all time. I love Agemonia's exploration. I had a very positive review of it. I will say that playing the campaign more since I reviewed it, there are times where it gets a little bit more frustrating, where the exploration is sort of bogged down in the combat, which does get a little repetitive and dull at times. So I'm not sure if this is going to end up, I think it was like in my number 1 or 2 list when I did my sort of halfway through the year list video, but I don't know where it'll end up at the end of the year, because again, there's been so many ridiculously good games since then. But I still like it a lot, and the exploration is still great. I love the activation system, the stamina. That is Agemonia. Next is an 18-card button-shy game, Converge. And this is also a keeper just because it's button-shy and it's tiny. And, I don't really care much to get rid of these because they all fit together. Like, I could fit 200 button-shy games in the space of a single normal game. But yeah, Converge was okay. I liked it a lot competitive. The solo mode worked pretty well. The thing that I still haven't done, and that does make the game feel a little weird to me, is I didn't love the one set they sent me. I think there's 3 or 4 sets at this point, and each one has different like powers on the characters. And I said this more in my video, but I found these powers kind of like overly basic and a little obvious in how they should be used. So I didn't love this set, but looking at like what's in the other sets, I think I'd like them better, but I have not gone out and gotten any more. So it's still a keeper, but not a keeper I'm playing much. I don't know. It's fine. That's Converge. And the final game in the first group was the Plum Island Horror, which is sort of a riff by Herman Luttman on his original Dawn of Zeds design. I do think in the Fallout, I think Plum Island Horror does a lot of things better. I love the faction variety. The factions are really cool, although the hero variety in Dawn of Zeds is great too. But yeah, I think I slightly prefer Dawn of Zeds in the current comparison of the games. I did find as I played more that Plum Island Horror had some pacing issues, but this is supposed to be being directly addressed in the expansion. So hopefully that's all fixed and it'll be an easy way to improve things. But either way, Plum Island Horror, that problem as I saw it was enough that I did not keep it. So I don't know if I'll ever get to play the expansion, but still a cool game. Definitely fun and I think easier to find than Dawn of Zeds. So that's Plum Island Horror. Going to the next group up, the first one is After the Virus, The Long Cold, and the original After the Virus. And yeah, this is an interesting one. I'd mentioned this in the second video I did, the Long Cold video, that I originally had the game. I called it, and then when I asked about the Long Cold, they offered to send me the base game again, and now I'm keeping it. For now, at least I'm keeping it. It's mainly because my 11-year-old really likes it, and I also have found I didn't really play it cooperatively originally. I just played it solo, and I like the game way better better cooperative. It is way more fun when you can kind of balance out and mitigate your bad and good luck pools by helping each other out and defeating each other's zombies. It's a really quick and simple game to play cooperatively. So yeah, strongly recommend this one for 2 or 3 players. For solo, it's still very good, and it's definitely a favorite for a lot of people. Of course, you have to get past that art, but once you can do that, it's a lot of fun. So that is a keeper for now. That's After the Virus. The next is Burncycle, and the reason this is on shelf life again is because I covered some of the small expansions that came later, and this one is still a keeper in my collection too. This is a good month for keepers, I gotta say. This is still my favorite stealth game. This is still my favorite stealth game by a pretty wide margin. I was thinking that might be challenged by the recent game Earth Under Siege, and I am loving that game so far. I do need to play it more before I review it, but I'm really loving it. But I'm finding that Earth Under Siege, the more I play, seems to often go into more of a breach and clear sort of XCOM fight kill people sort of model. Nothing wrong with that. I love the XCOM video games, and I love the Earth Under Siege gives me a similar feeling, but Burncycle for pure stealth, although you can sometimes attack the security, is still the top for me, and it's still a keeper. And the final one for that group is Night of 100 Yokai, which is from Luis, who designed Keep the Heroes Out, and I just got the expansion that I pledged for that one, so I'll have a video on the channel soon. I found that Keep the Heroes Out, while I loved it, had some, for me, balance issues and sort of weird points that happily so far it seems like the expansion fixes. And I found the same sort of thing for Night of 100 Yokai. The art is ridiculously good. The components are really great. The gameplay was just okay, and the solo mode didn't really wow me. So while Keep the Heroes Out is a keeper, especially with the expansion, I'm really enjoying that one with my kids. This one was a call. Okay, getting to the final group, we've got Challengers Beach Cup. This is the standalone set that can be combined with the original Challengers, Auto Battler with a solo mode. The solo mode is still not the best way to play, although I will say I really enjoyed Beach Cup quite a lot. But yeah, this one is really meant for 3 or even 4 plus players if you can find them. I forget what I said in the video. I think at this point I would say Beach Cup is probably my recommended starting point because I just think the additions are kind of more interesting and it's not that hard to play in any case. And this one's still a keeper. I have Challengers, I have Beach Cup. I assume there will be a third set. I'll probably get that too. Just a lot of fun. I haven't had a lot of time to play it, but when I get a group together, this one's awesome. Then second to last, we have Assault on Doomrock, the Ultimate Edition. And this one's actually a call, even though I put the game, I think, on my top 100 games of all time list. That is nothing against the game. It is an awesome game. I especially like the Ultimate Edition. They give you a lot more options for kind of how to play the game. They give you more ways to adjust difficulty and stuff because the game was pretty dang punishing in its original versions. But yeah, why I call this is why I call a lot of things. It takes pretty dang long to play, and I just have too many awesome adventure, tactical combat games, and I have to get rid of some of them. So Assault on Doomrock, still a big recommend, but this is a call. And then finally, last on the list is another micro game along with Converge. This is Cursed, a really quick solo adventure game where you're just, it's a lot of luck of card pulling, but also making choices kind of push your luck style. I had a lot of fun with this one. I think it's a really nice, cool design. And like Converge, it has that kind of automatic keeper status because I could fit it anywhere on my shelf. It's never going to take up basically any space. But unlike Converge, where I think, I'm not sure until I play other sets if it's really a good recommend, this one I think is a lot of fun. If you like quick playing solo games, it only takes 5 minutes to play an entire game. I think this one is well worth your time. That is Cursed. So yeah, like I said, a crazy month, right? One of the maybe most positive in recent memory. That is 6 games kept, and if you count Dieson Crusoe, which has delivered, and I do still have on my shelf, that's 7. Insane. But let's get to the contest results and see how many of you were able to predict my overwhelming positivity this time. So starting with Group 1, Agemonia was the most confident guess. 73% got that right. None of them was the next most popular vote with only 18%. You can see this isn't going to go very well. Plum Island Horror, 15%. And oh my gosh, Converge only got 6%. That messed up a lot of people's voting. Then we go to Group 2, Burncycle got 57%. None of them was the next most popular with 33%. After the Virus got 12%, better than Converge. And Night Parade of 100 Yokai got only 8%. And for the final group, Challengers got 42%. None of them got 38%. Curse got only 19%. It's all the small box games. They all messed everybody up. And Assault on Doomrock got 16%. So we had a whole bunch of people that got at least 4 out of 6 correct. And what I did was I subtracted 1 point if you guessed an extra game that I did call. So some of them got more than 4 correct, but then also got some wrong. So that's Jeff, Matthew, Mike, another Matthew, Justin, David, Ryan, Carl, Edgar, and Ellen. And how many did they get out of 6? Let's see if anybody got perfect. So 4 for Jeff, 4 for Matthew, 4 for Mike, 4 for Matthew, 4 for Justin, 4 for David, 5 for Ryan, 4 for Carl, 4 for Edgar, 4 for Ellen. Ryan is the undisputed winner, although even he did not get all of them correct. So Ryan, I'll be in touch so you can pick your game. I feel like this is like the 3rd or 4th time you've won. Feel free to let me know in the comments. And everybody else, check the video description for the next contest entry, and we'll see if you do better next time with Shelf Life.